Previously, we had asked the inquiring mind whether or not we could have an array of a structured data type, and yes, we can. So here we are going to expand on that idea by involving a nested structure. So that is where one of the member functions of a structure is actually a structure itself. So we can see that here on 628, we have the idea of a structure for costs, and part of the structure item includes a cost type for pricing. So what we're saying is each item includes a cost, and that cost is the wholesale and the retail, I'm going to say, value of an item. We can see in one of our previous examples here with a student where that would be beneficial. So if each one of you has primitive data types as part of your structure for a student, right? You have a zip code that's an int, you have a last name that's a string, you have a GPA that would be a double, but you also have a program, right? So we could have program as part of the student structure actually be a structure itself. So that program could have number of credits, because that differs from program to program, right? It could have a program ID number, so that way we know what the program ID is. We could have a minimum GPA. This is a thing where there is a minimum GPA for graduation, and that actually does shift a little bit from program to program, right? You don't want a pre-med student being, barely literate. You don't want that kind of a minimum for graduation. So absolutely, we can nest one structure inside of another. What I'm going to do is let you take a look here at 11-5, program 11-5. This is something we're going to come back and look at later, but just to get an idea of how we would nest one structure inside of another. Can you keep going with that? Can you nest one structure inside of another structure inside of another structure? Yep, you can go ahead and do that too.